Hello, hello. Welcome to your math lesson for Thursday, May 7th. Wow, we're already almost a third of the way through May. Just a couple more days and that's it. Guys, we are super close to the end of this week. You guys only have one more week of real school after that, and then a half a week, and then it's summer. Woohoo! So keep on trucking, keep on heading towards the finish line. Stay strong in your work, all right? In your work ethic also. Don't forget to be doing all that stuff, the expectations, right? You don't want to fall short at the end, right? That's like a racer pulling up before going across the finish line. And what I mean by pulling up, I mean like slowing down. It's like you're in first place and you can see the finish line, but then you just decide to kind of jog it off and maybe start walking. We don't want to do that, right? We want to keep on running full speed until you hit that line, okay? That's what I want for you guys. All right, for math today, you guys are going to be doing lesson 144. This is going to be more work with equations and metrics. Now, before we get into this workbook page, I want you guys to get your speed drill out. We are doing speed drill 144. Now there is 5 minutes on this bad boy. I'm almost positive you will not need 5 minutes. So I'm going to put the thing for 5 minutes, but if you finish earlier than 5 minutes, feel free to just fast forward until you see my little face on the camera again, all right? Up to you though. If you want to take the full 5 minutes, that's fine too. I'm going to give you the full 5 minutes, but I sincerely doubt that all of you will need the full 5 minutes. You just have a one row grid, I guess two one row grids of an addition sequence and a multiplication sequence. 5 minutes, all right? Let's go to my clock. And let's adjust this. Let's see, so we have 5. All right, guys, on your mark, get set, go. And time. All right, I'm going to come back to this page. How did you guys do? Was that super easy and a lot of time? I'm assuming, I'm almost 99% certain that everyone should have been able to finish that one, right? All right, let's go ahead and look at our workbook page today. You should be on 259 and 260. We are talking a little bit more about equations. We're not adding anything new. We're just practicing what we talked about yesterday, which was kind of a fun lesson. Wouldn't you guys agree? I've always really liked equations just because they're not easy, but they're logical, right? And it's fun to go step by step to get that final answer, all right? So why don't we start with that? So let's look at 1A, B, and C. It's nice that there's 3 of them. So this models our I, we, me, or I, we, you model really well. So A, it'll be I. I'm going to do A on the board for you. Follow along and copy onto your paper. B, I'm going to give you time to do it on your own, and then we'll talk about it so you can check your work. There's our we. And then C, you're going to do independently. All right? I, we, you. It's usually I, we, me, right? But I, we, you. Okay, so A, let's look at A. A says B plus 8 equals 4 times 6. All right, so remember we start with our known. We have a side that has everything known, so I'm going to start with that. 4 times 6 is 24. I'm going to bring down all of my other stuff. Now, this is a positive plus 8. So to get rid of that part, to get B just by itself, I'm going to minus 8. So I'm going to say B plus 8 minus 8 equals 24. And what you do on that side, we got to do on the other side too, minus 8. All right, let's figure that out. So these both kind of cross out. 8 minus 8 is 0. B is equal to 24 minus 8, which is 16. Now, the nice thing about this is that we can check it, right? You just put it right back into the original formula and start again. So 16 plus 8 equals 4 times 6. 4 times 6 is 24. 16 plus 8 is 24. Yes? How do you guys feel? So you should have copied down everything that I put on the board. Remember, the steps have to be written down for the answer to be correct. If you just put B equals 16 and then checked it, it's not okay, right? Even though your answer is correct, I'm looking for your steps. You need to have every single line that I have on my board on your piece of paper, okay? All right, I want you guys to go through and do B on your own. Y plus 3 equals 14 plus 4, and then we will check it, all right? I'll give you a few minutes. Go for it now. All right, let's see how you guys did. All right, so remember, we always start with the side that has our knowns. Our knowns, what do we know? 14 plus 4, I know. That's 18 equals y plus 3. All right, now we want to get that 3 over to the other side. So to do that, we need to minus it. Y plus 3 minus 3. And what you do on this side, you have to do on this side. Now we know this is 15 equals y. Now let's check it. 15 plus 3 equals 14 plus 4. This is 18. This is 18. Yes, that is right. Did you guys get y equals 15? If you did, high five. Whoopsh. Yeah? Or self 5. Yeah? All right. now you guys are going to do C on your own. Let's do that one independently. I'm not going to check it. I'll check it when I grade your papers, but I'm thinking that you guys probably have this down. But we will for sure see in just a little bit, right? This will help me to understand what you're struggling with. All right, guys. This next part of this page is kind of tricky. It takes a little thought. So let's do it together, okay? It says, arrange each group of units in order from least to greatest. So you're going to start with the smallest, you're going to end with the biggest. Look at the first one, letter A. 20 centimeters, 2 meters, 20 millimeters, and 2 inches. Now, I can either start by finding the biggest one and go backwards, or I can start by finding the smallest one and going forwards. Either way is going to work. I'm going to go by smallest, and smallest wise in the units is millimeters, right? So I'm going to start with that one. So 20 millimeters is going to be the first one. Then you're going to put a comma. Next, biggest. Remember, King Henry's daughter drinks chocolate milk. King Henry's daughter, Millie, drinks chocolate milk. From millimeters goes to centimeters, right? Even though it's 20 centimeters, they're still the smallest one, and here's why. Or I'm sorry, not the smallest ones. Ooh, I'm going to think that it's 20 centimeters, but remember we have to look at the next one too, 2 inches. Which one is bigger, 2 inches or 20 centimeters? Now remember, an inch is about 2.5 centimeters. So 2 inches is going to be 5 centimeters. Which one's bigger, 5 centimeters or 20 centimeters? 20 centimeters is bigger. So the next smallest one is going to be 2 inches. See, this one even kind of gets me sometimes. Take some thought. Comma. And then we know it's going to be centimeters because 20 centimeters is still smaller than a meter. So 20 centimeters. And then the last one is 2 meters. That's what you should have for letter A. Let's do B. These are tricky, I get it. Let's do B. All right, let's start with our smallest again. Now, looking at our units, we can see that millimeters are the smallest one. So let's do 50 millimeters. What's going to be next? Now you have 50 centimeters or 1 decimeter. So remember, to transfer decimeter to centimeters, all you got to do is add a 0. So it's really 10 centimeters or 50 centimeters. And that's going to be 10 centimeters or 1 decimeter. And then we have 50 centimeters or 10 inches. Now, which one is going to be the last one or the biggest, right? Remember, 1 inch is 2.5 centimeters. So 10 inches times 2.5 is roughly 30 centimeters. Which one's bigger, 30 or 50? So 10 inches is going to be next. And last one is going to be 50 centimeters. That's what letter B should look like. All right, I want you to try number C or letter C. Try letter C on your own. See if you can figure it out. See if you can figure it out. You got an ounce, a milligram, a gram, and a pound. Letter C. Remember, you're going from least to greatest. What's the least? What's the next one? The next one, and then what's the greatest? Did you get it figured out? All right. So for me, the least is still going to be milligram. Look, at all the numbers are ones, so all you have to go by is the unit, which makes it kind of easy. All right, so smallest unit there is milligrams. So 1 milligram is the first one. Next largest is going to be, you have between a quart, a liter, and a pint. Well, I know that a liter is probably going to be the biggest one, right? And I know that a quart is pretty close to a liter. So that means that a pint is going to be next. Pint, 1 quart, 1 liter. That's how letter C should be. All right, again, letter D, you have the same numbers, 1, 1, 1, and 1, so you just go by the units. I want you to try this one on your own. Do it independently, and we'll see how you guys do on that one, okay? Let's talk about the rest of this front page. Number 3, you're going to use your ruler. You're going to use the unit that they have in the blank. Look at letter A. Number 3, letter A. It says from V to W is blank centimeters. So that tells me I need to measure in centimeters. Look at letter B. From U to W is blank millimeters. So that tells me I need to measure in millimeters. All right. Let's see. Really, let's see. I wanted to hold that thought for a second. All right, so when it asks millimeters, your ruler does not have millimeters. So here's how you need to do it. You need to measure in centimeters and then multiply that by 10. All right, you're adding another place value there. So here's how that looks. Let's do letter B together. So if you are measuring from U to W, so from U to W, you're going to measure with your centimeters. And when I do that, I hope you're doing it with me at home, you get just in between 7.5 and 8. Now, if you'll notice the little ticks between each centimeter, there's 10 of them. So your decimal for that number, because remember, decimals are in sets of 10 for the tenths place, is going to be your whole number, which is 7. Let's erase these. So your whole number is 7 centimeters. And then count the ticks, and whichever tick number it lands on, that's your decimal point. 7 point, and I'm counting 7 ticks, 7.7 centimeters. Oh, I gotta sneeze, hold on. Excuse me. Now that I have that, I can convert it to millimeters. And the easiest thing when you're multiplying by 10 is just moving your decimal point over. 7.7 centimeters is 77 millimeters. Easy peasy. Let's do the next one too, because that one's in millimeters also. X to Z. So again, I'm looking at the centimeters. It's just past 5, so 5 is my whole number. 5 point, count the tick marks past 5. 1, 2, 5.2 centimeters. To convert it to millimeters, I just move that decimal over, and it is 52 millimeters. All right? Now, I expect you to be able to do letter D because it's in centimeters again. All right? So do your centimeters, and that's from W to Y. Let's keep on talking. For number 4, you're going to match the abbreviation to what it equals in our chart. Think of King Henry's daughter Millie drinks chocolate milk, and you should be fine. Letter 5, guys, I cannot get a handle on that. I'm sorry. Number 5, letters A, B, and C, you need to match. Which of those units measures capacity or how full something can be? Which of those units measures mass, how heavy something is? And which of those units measures length, how long something is? All right. All right, draw a line to match. Look at the back side, guys. Look at the back side. Number 6, you're going to solve these measurement problems using the 3 steps. I want to see multiply or divide your special number and then your work. I do not want you to do this in your head because a lot of people have been doing it in their head and they're getting it wrong. All right, so I want to see all 3 steps. For A and C, here's your Easter egg. You do not need to do the green problems today. So 6B you don't need to do. 7B you don't need to do. 8D. And I'm going to give you one. You do not need to do 9C either. You're welcome. I know how much you guys hate those divide and checks. So you can take one of those off. So again, do not do 6B, 7B, 8B, or 9C. All right, you're welcome. All the rest, guys, I want you to read your directions and figure it out, okay? I think you guys can handle this. Should be doable. You guys can do it, all right? We did more than half of the front side already. That should already be done. So really you just have the other half and you should be good, all right? All right, guys, that's it for your math lesson today. I will catch you in a future video. If this is the last one, I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.